Hey board gamers, BJ from Game Gumbo here, back on the breakfast with maybe the smallest game I've ever brought, and that's Sea Salt and Paper by designer Bruno Cathala and Theo Riviere. Let's get right to the table and see what makes this game special. This is not how the game is set up. This is just set up to showcase the beautiful origami art and all the special powers that I'm going to talk about in a second. The way the game plays is you just shuffle up the cards, deal out 2 face up and the required number of cards to each player, and then on a player's turn they either draw 2 off the top of the deck, random cards, keep 1 and discard 1 to one of the 2 discard piles, or they can choose one of the ones on the discard piles that are face up at the top of the discard pile and put that into their hand. Then at the end of their turn, if they have any combos, they can play those combos. So let's get right to those combos. As you can see, I've got a bunch of different cards set up. You can see that they're all different colors also. And one of the things that's going to happen in the game is you're going to be balancing trying to get points and special powers and also collecting a bunch of cards of the same color. The ones here in the middle all have some cool special powers. So the boats, they're going to give you a point toward the running total that you're trying to get, but also if you collect a set of them, you can turn them in, you can show them out of your hand to take another turn. The fish work a little bit differently. Again, they're worth 1 point, but you'll be able to take one. If you can show 2, you can display 2 and take one off the top of the deck. The crabs will do the same thing, their point, but they'll grab a card from the discard pile. So you can look at one of the discard piles, go through them, and see the one that you want and keep that one. The shark and the swimmer are a little bit unique in that when you play a combination, one of each, then you can take their special power. They are worth 1 point, of course, but their special power is to steal blindly from someone else's hand. So you can kind of take another person's card, and that's the way to do it. So these are the 4 cards that are all base values of 1. We're trying to get to 7 points, and at that point, when you have 7 points either in your hand or in display, you can say, all right, I'm ready to stop. 7 or more points is what I mean. And at that point, it's sort of a bet. You're going to either say stop, and then everybody counts their points, or you can say last chance and give everyone else another chance to play. By doing that, you're saying you're going to end up with more points than everybody else. And if you do, you not only score the points that you have, but you also score the color bonus. Whatever is the most amount of cards in a single color that you have, that's how many. So for instance, if you had collected 3 yellow cards and you had them in your hand or in the display, then you get a bonus of 3 points. By winning that bet also, you limit your opponents to only scoring their own color bonus. But if you lose that bet, then they score their color bonus and you only score the points on your card. So it's risky, but it's a good way to get a lot of points. And we play a number of rounds until we hit a certain level of points depending on the player count. There are a couple other cards that I want to go through. I do like the fact that they give you this handy dandy reference sheet, and this reference sheet shows you how many cards of each color, starting with the most in the dark blues all the way down to the oranges. There's just that one. They also give you a cheat sheet on how to score the game and how the end of the round works, and that is the trickiest part of the game, knowing how the bet works, but the little flow chart they give you is really well done. Then the cards at the top. I want to show you how these work. They are the penguin and the shells and the sailors. And each one of those is a tough set collection type thing. There are very few cards in the deck, but if you get a penguin, it's a point. But the second one gives you 3 points total, it's a bonus, and the third one gives you 5 points total. So you can really do well with the penguins, especially because there is a card in here that will give you a bonus for all the penguins. The shells work the same way, or similar. That's 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So there's more shells, and it's easier to collect them, but everybody's going to be collecting shells because if you get 2 of them, you got 2 points. There are very few sailors in the deck, but if you can get 2 of them, that's worth 5 points. Plus, if you can get the third card, it's 3 per sailor, so that's a big combination that you can get if you can collect all of those. It's tough though, but it's fun when you pull it off. But wait, there's some lagniappe. And this is the sneaky part of the game that I really enjoyed when we saw the mechanism the first time. We actually played this on BGA a lot because it was not available anywhere. It sold out right away. But once we got our hands on a physical copy recently, we've been able to see even more how much the mermaids are fun. And that's these cards I'm talking about, the beautiful mermaids. Each one of those, if you collect one, gives you a bonus point for your color matches. So let's say that you had 4 blues on your color, you're getting a bonus by collecting one of those mermaids. The second time you get one, it gives your second value a little bonus. In other words, whatever color you have second will get a bonus. But if you can somehow, and it's really tough, I've only seen it happen once or twice, collect all 4 of the mermaid cards, it's an automatic win. Just like in Space Base, playing that automatic win card, you have to keep an eye on the mermaids that come out, and because you could lose right away if somebody else is. It makes the shark and the swimmer a little bit more powerful because collecting those mermaids, they're not worth any points by themselves. It's just only if the bet happens with the color points. Remember, normally when a player stops, everybody just counts the points in their cards. So the mermaid is kind of risky play, but boy, it would be so much fun if ever someday I could collect all the mermaids. Hey, so that's Sea, Salt, and Paper, one of our favorite card games of 2022. It's finally out in the wild. You can finally get it, and you should check it out, not only for the gorgeous, beautiful origami art, but also for the way that those card combos play out, and that little bit of lagniappe, trying to get that win with the mermaids. Until next time, Laissez, bon temps, rouler.